So you know who need to make that shit? No. You need like just like how Korra got the platinum games treatment. Like my son's actually been back playing that. I've been watching him play that this morning. That Korra shit goes so hard. The fucked up thing is it's damn delisted, so if you didn't get it.
Spirits or something, I think I have it.
That's the second part.
Oh, you talking about the Avatar?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. That's true. They can have that. That game's too hardcore.
Yeah, that shit is way too hardcore. My son is struggling on that shit. He's like, Dad, what's going on? I said, son, I've been putting this bitch down. Like I let it go. I got stuck.
Beat that shit.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
That shit.
Yeah, it's fucking tough. I was just looking at her play and I was just sort of like, well,
because bro, you got me switching styles. You got them cheap blocking bitches be fucking up your damn. They'll block your whole. You can't use one of your fucking elements and shit. You like, you bitch. Like I'm saying, like it'll be annoying, bro.
You gotta fight. That's a platinum game.
Yeah, and you really gotta be fighting. Like combos are real, all that shit. But Korra's your ass with the goddamn. But I will say
they did a good job too of representing the show too. Yeah, they kind of play some of they played most of the major moments. So I was like, damn, that was a good cliff notes. As I watched her play the game, I was like, I remember that. That's cool.
Hell yeah. I think they should do that and get that kind of treatment. It's something else.
I think Avatar would be a sick fighting game. What would help me create the Avatar fighting game? So of course you got like the original cast. You got Aang, Katara. Sokka's got to be playable. Of course, Toph. You know, Zuko, yes, the Fire Lord.
Azula, crazy. Azula would be like a vicious.
But the acrobat girl too. Yeah, and then that's Ty Lee. Yeah. And the other girl that was her friend too.
The one
put Boomy in that motherfucker. The old guy.
Uncle Elroy.
Oh yeah, my Iroh, Iroh gotta be in the game. That's a lot of fire.
Give me all four of the black white lotuses.
What's the warrior?
You want all the white lotuses in the game?
What did the Kyoshi warrior?
Yeah, Kyoshi. Put Avatar Kyoshi in the game for sure.
All of the Kyoshi warriors.
Kyoshi warriors. No bitches was raw.
Put like one in the game. That's not fair.
Yeah, no, the one that old boy was in love.
Give me sword wrestler Sokka.
Yeah, I feel you for sure.
Yeah. Shit, cause it was some pretty raw ass motherfuckers. The nigga
with the combustion eye.
Man.
Yeah.
Nigga. You want to talk about Korra or?
Oh yeah. I'll then put Korra in the game. Yeah. Put Korra's homeboy, the brothers or whatever.
The nigga that was fucking up the backs.
Her girlfriend or whatever.
Zahir.
Yeah. Zahir. Put all the villains from Korra in the game. That's like 4 or 5 right there.
So the character list is gonna be at least about 40 something.
What's her uncle?
Like,
my favorite villain from Korra.
From
Korra. What's Korra's uncle name? Korra or something?
Something like that. Shit.
He'll be my main, bro. He's fucking.
Give me an Zuko.
Yeah.
Put the blue spirit in there too. They can like 2 different characters or whatever.
You gotta have adult Zuko in there.
Okay, yeah.
Twins.
Sure.
Bro, I'm just saying you really could go. Alright, so if that's the case, then
that's a perfect. That's what I'm saying. It's such a fighting game. We just named 21 characters.
And so here's the crazy thing. No. So you ain't even think about the variations. So you'd have variations. So with the variation, it'd be variations of Aang, of course.
Avatar Aang.
It's Avatar Aang.
We ain't gotta do all that. We can make that a install or something. We ain't gotta go Dragon Ball Fighters where I gotta buy a character for in the game and shit. We can kind of pack some of that shit in. The only characters that should be separate as adult from younger characters and Blue Spirit from Zuko because he's got a sword.
And also, you gotta put Avatar 1 in that motherfucker just because he was raw as fuck.
That's another good one.
Yeah. I was thinking that you would have the avatars be like some kind of special whatever. And then you could even fight in the spirit world and do
Who would be the villain, though?
So you want a final boss of the game, like arcade mode? I don't know. I don't got nothing for you.
Would you put what you call the Sozen in that shit?
Fire Lord Sozen?
Fire Lord, that bitch ass nigga. We just ran back through that shit again. He's such a bitch. He really is. Like he destroying everything. Like I love seeing Aang take his powers from him. So yeah.
That shit made me very happy too.
Hell yeah.
Even though
it was a peaceful ending to a solution. Because all the other avatars really said to them, like, yo, you gotta murk that nigga. You gotta murk that nigga. Do you know how gangster that is? This is a fucking child. They saying to him, like, hey, bro, I know you ain't comfortable with that shit. You a monk and you peaceful and all that shit. But my nigga, we're the avatars. You have to kill from time to time. Like one of the ladies said, I was actually peaceful. I'm actually.
She was an airbender.
Yeah, she's like, look, I didn't want to do it, but I had but when it came to having to save the world, I had to work that nigga. Like, you know how real that shit is. Like, I respect that shit. Like, I don't know if I could have had that kind of power. It's like no one man should have all this power. You know what I'm saying? Just mind blowing.
Just goddamn. The Avatar is kind of brilliant. He's got full control over all the elements of the world and can use them shits at a stronger level than any other individual in the world.
So he could send you a wind bubble with water in that shit, and that shit could be covered with fire.
I think you can murder. I think you can murder an Avatar if you got enough prep time and enough.
Oh, they can be killed. They can. See, look. One of the Avatars fucked up when he chose his bitch over the world. He didn't. He let everybody die.
My favorite one was the one that was friends with the Fire Lord who got betrayed.
Yeah.
That was amazing. That was amazing story.
Yeah.
What an asshole.
Yeah, he is an asshole.
That's one of the best storylines in all of Avatar to me.
And that's what just triggered him to be so vicious and shit. He just became like, dog. Honest, like, here's the crazy shit. We watch this shit all the time at home, but Chloe has never actually sat down and watched the story. So she powered through that shit last week and was just so fucking amazed. She was like, Dad, this is a great story. And I'm saying her like, nigga, we done watched this shit like 30 times. You've never watched this shit with it. She's like, well, I never paid attention. And she's like, she's getting all into the story, swooning and shit. Like, this is crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like, look, nigga, they should do another game, but let you just actually be Aang instead of fucking Korra. Like, that should be fired. Cause he had better storyline. Like, I'm sorry, his storyline was just better.
It was better paced. I think that Korra story was good too, but I feel like they told it in the wrong order. That whole
I
thing
think
with
the
her
writer's
uncle,
strike or some shit affected that shit too.
And Nickelodeon too, because Korra turned out to have a girlfriend, and Nickelodeon wasn't feeling that shit, so they had to go take it somewhere else. You know, that girl that was dating the other twin with the leather jacket and shit like that, that turned out to be who Korra really liked after a while, so they ended up dating too. So Nickelodeon didn't like that shit.
Oh, like, we're not doing that.
So, but had you know that it had her uncle or whatever that she fought, that was like season 1 or something. Had that been the last season, Korra would have hit way harder in my opinion. I feel like the stakes in that battle were way harder than the whole rest of the series. After that, it was just Korra learning how to grow up and getting her ass beat and stuff like that. Hadn't she gotten her ass beat all before that shit, and then we end with her uncle and all that crazy shit, woo! Korra would have been way better. But pacing and ending is the story is hard. And
with the first story they paced it good.
The first story has its problems too.
But what's the first? What are the problems?
It's extremely childish.
Yeah, but
when you watch it, you can tell that it's for like an 8-year-old or something
but he was
and a lot of the jokes are very corny.
Yeah, but
so you could tell that it's a Nickelodeon show.
But he was a child.
Korra didn't have that problem. All the jokes and stuff like that, I was just sort of like, well, this is clearly meant for a more mature audience and stuff like that.
You're right. But I mean, the kids really were some Peter Pan and shit. They were some young ass niggas.
It was fun, and it was a good ass story. Don't get me. I'm not trying to take anything away from Avatar Aang and stuff like that, but like at the same time, though.
And remember, he beat this nigga ass as like a 12, 13-year-old nigga.
It was
like
they were trying to
a whole Fire Lord.
You could tell that they were trying to add more adult themes to the show for Korra compared to Aang, because Aang didn't have to deal with all the same bullshit. People were welcoming the Avatar. When Aang came around, they were just sort of like, "Oh, Avatar! Oh my God, we'll do anything for you." When Korra came around, they were just sort of, "How come you're not doing this, and this?"
Yeah, like nigga, you whack, nigga, you lame.
And she just got there at the same time. If you go save yourself, like the fuck.
If you remember in the beginning though, with Aang, he did encounter a lot of people that were kind of giving him pushback. They're like the Avatar. What the hell? Where the hell the Avatar? Where have you been? You know, kind of
100 years.
Yeah, you know, so it kind of
the water.
And then when he got to the
Earth
Fire Nation, they wasn't really fucking with Aang and the Fire
Nation. Not at all. Yep. Yeah, he was in disguise and shit. The Earth Nation was chilling with Aang, but the Water Nation didn't fuck with him as much. But they still taught him. But the Earth Nation was rocking with Aang. You know, Boomy was his homie.
Yeah, and that's the main reason why.
Like,
and then also he did fight to defend Ba Sing Se.
Yeah, he did save Ba Sing Se.
And then like Azula attacked, and he saved them from Azula.
Azula's like one of my favorites.
She took over that bitch, and she saved
Actually, she had one of my favorite story arcs in the whole shit. I'm sorry. I know she was crazy.
She's one of my favorite characters, bro.
But she was that bitch, though. She fucked up.
She really did go crazy as hell. That's how power can corrupt the fuck out of your mind.
That's how you depict a character going crazy.
Her dad stoked that shit on, though, bro.
He was clearly the most morally bankrupt character by a long shot.
He was Emperor Palpatine, nigga.
Everything from like the old Avatar to what he did to his children between Azula and Zuko, he was extremely.
Oh, he did Zuko foul.
He was awful.
Oh, you like
and his brother too, bro.
Yeah,
like, you know.
Yeah.
Ozai had everything. Ozai deserved everything.
His wife too.
Yeah.
I think if you read the comics, like the shit Ozai did to the wife that drove her away. The wife was like, "Fuck this, I'm out." She left, went to a village on the outskirts of the Fire Nation, and started her life all over. Got married again.
She's
had a new
okay.
kid. Yeah,
okay, good.
She was alive, but she was like much older. She like went and got married again, had new kids and everything, and like kind of went underground, away from the Fire Lord.
That was a great idea because the nigga was trying to get rid of her. Look, he was like, you're softening up my kids. You're not good for me. Like, bitch, you crazy.
This is the person Azula used to hallucinate over when she was going more crazy towards the end of the show. She would see her mother in visions and stuff like that. And it was kind of I think it was implied that she wasn't around anymore. She was still alive in the comic, you say?
Mm-hmm. The mother is alive in the comic.
But the mother had to get away because, like I said, the dad was treating.
I don't know if you remember, but towards the end,
because he was looking for his mom, he was planning to go look for his mom.
At the end, remember Zuko was looking for his mama. He had found the letter. That letter or whatnot. That I think the dad had wrote, or the mom. Either Ozai wrote it or the mom had wrote it. I can't remember, but it was like a little letter, and Zuko found it at the very end, and he was like, "That means mom's alive," or some shit like that. And so like that became like, I guess his series finale, like post series in the comics that pick up after that. They do set Azula free because they need Azula's help to find Zuko's mama. But Azula proceeds to just do a bunch of fucked up shit.
Yeah, I heard that she does more crazy shit in the comic. Like she kidnaps a bunch of kids or some weird shit or something like that.
When Zuko became the Fire Lord, she was trying to raise up a revolution to like bring him down.
Of course, because she thought she was the royal heir to it.
Mm-hmm. And she also was kind of framing him as like a weak leader, you know what I'm saying, type of situation.
His sister ain't shit, bro.
Yeah.
She's always gonna get that money.
He talking about Agent of Chaos. Like, that bitch is the Joker.
And
like,
she can fight too.
No. She's a monster. Nigga, what they say, in order to use lightning, you have to be a master. That is nothing that a regular person can do. Like, that literally...
She had blue fire.
Even when she was insane. Even when she lost her mind.
Oh, that shit was crazy when you see it coming out of her head and coming out of her mouth. Like that bitch was crazy.
She was like, they were like taunting her in the final battle. They were just sort of like, well, what's up, bitch? What's with the lightning? She was like, oh, you want lightning?
Well, Katara
was so cold because after she hit Zuko with the lightning, Katara got down, stepped back on that thing,
trying to save Katara.
Put her ass in that ice block.
Had Katara not been there, he wouldn't have got struck though.
Oh my god!
He tried to save her.
That shit that Katara was doing though, bro. I was like, you understand? First of all, when we gonna talk about characters, I gotta just mention.
Katara was
bloodbending.
That's almost what I was real close to being able to name my daughter that. It was real high up on the list. Yeah, Katara.
That bloodbending shit is fucking ridiculous.
Katara can bend ink. We saw her bend ink. We saw her bend blood. We saw her bend ice. We saw her bend water.
She's got ridiculous healing properties.
And she can heal. Like, Katara a monster.
See when she fought the male master, she pulled down ice column up and started
shooting it out his little disc. Yeah. And he had to dodge them shits.
Still alive.
Azula was strong. But with the exception of the lightning, that fight against Katara is kind of a bad matchup for her. Like, Katara's not only at that point, Katara not only can blood bend, she's a master of water and she's a master of ice. That's kind of a bad.
Here's the only thing I'll give to Azula. Azula probably would have stood a better chance against her had she been in her right mind state. She was extreme. She was way past her ability to think regular thoughts was way past gone after that point. She was fucking stupid. Ever since Ozai named her the Fire Lord and his dead while he goes out to complete the mission or whatever to destroy the Earth Nation. She completely went batshit after that shit. She was fighting her hair and cutting that shit in the mirror and destroying the mirror, seeing her mom and shit, bro. She was not her normal self. Yeah, now, if we're talking about like season 2 Azula or something like that, she probably would have been a little bit better.
When she fought,
I'm not gonna say she would have won. Because Katara had come a long way too, so I'm not gonna say that even if she had her mind, she would have won anyway. Yeah. But that definitely gave Katara an edge, the fact that she couldn't control her emotions.
Hell yeah! Like
she froze her punk ass and put her in chains. I love that moment. She said, "I came from out of nowhere. I came from underneath."
Froze. One of my favorite parts is Toph when she jumped into the damn tank and made the damn metal armor.
Oh yeah, when they was fighting on the blimps.
I would have been fucking terrified, bro. She done got a whole armor that commenced to beat that.
They shooting flames at her. She like, nigga,
realize here's the funny thing, y'all not looking at the big picture, is that the things that they were doing, except for the Bloodman, there's only one person that did it before that. But a lot of the shit they were doing was shit that had never been done before.
Toph was a master.
Yeah, because Toph had mastered metal bending.
Like, honestly, I don't think Azula would have wanted that smoke with Toph either.
No, she wouldn't.
I think, like,
she wouldn't be Toph in the head.
Like, that'd have been a good ass fight.
Like,
Toph was real young, that's the only thing. But had Azula lost her mind, she'd have take it. If we're talking like,
and Toph is a master shit talker.
Toph post metal bending plus Azula lost her mind, I think that we can edge that one towards Toph. But if we're talking like Azula, once again, Azula with her actual mind
is fucking.
She's still tough, dude. So like, if we're talking about electricity and metal, like, I don't know who would win. I want to edge it. I really want to give it to Toph because Toph's kind of sort of one of my favorite characters.
Toph could also bend the sand. Yeah. Remember when they went into the desert, Toph learned how to bend the sand. That's when Appa went missing. And like at the end, she learned to bend sand because Appa was missing.
All the way stuff
the only thing I don't like about Toph is that she's such a tsundere. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? She's so fucking tough on the outside, but on the inside, it's like, she always acts that way. She got her front like she's fucking tough all the time.
I think one of my favorite parts in the series is when goddamn Zuko know where the location of the Fire Nation captain that killed Katara's mama.
Yeah, they went and found
her. Goddamn, so they go find her. And then goddamn Katara about to murk his ass. So Katara like turned the rain into ice spikes, nigga. She was about to murk him. I said,
circled that nigga and like she had stopped the rain. She did some storm shit. Bro.
Yeah, stopped the rain, turned it into ice spikes, and was like, nigga, I'm about to murk you. Like Zuko was like, bro, look. Don't do that. Like, bro, don't do that.
Like, he's already broken. Like, the nigga mama was abusive to him. He up there acting like a straight bitch.
Like, my nigga was she was about to goddamn ice spike his ass. That's a bad way to die, nigga. Like, what do you do if a nigga stops the rain and turns every individual raindrop into needles of ice?
That's what I said. We're comparing the stories. Look, we can see instances in that particular story. Like it's so many. The character development was so much better. And in essence, even the side characters, you really.
It's Zuko. The two things that make
Zuko
and Iroh are what make
Iroh was a deep fucking character.
Hey, I do like the side characters in Korra too. For me, it's the twin, the chubby one.
Yeah, he's funny.
And then also like there's that the water girl. What's wrong, Ola? You okay?
The twin? One of the twins?
The chubby one, the one who did like Earth or whatever.
He learned how to love.
They had cool side characters. It's just that the story is not as because it's darker. The side character agreed. The side characters in Aang's story are more interesting than the side characters in Korra.
And
they grow on. It takes a while for them to grow on you. The storyline's darker.
Yeah.
So it's not as.
I feel like their character development for the.
For Appa, nigga.
Hold on.
Emotions for Appa.
Not even that, but like think about like Sokka. When you first meet Sokka, Sokka's more talk than actual action. Mm-hmm. But by the end of the series, that nigga Sokka is a master of multiple weapons. Yeah. Like nigga. Like Sokka the one coming up with the plans. Sokka the one coming up with the plans. He the one. He got mastered. I can't bend, but I can goddamn use the fuck out of a sword though. So what's
shit, nigga? When he was crashing the blips into each other, nigga,
he was a master fucking strategist.
Yeah. Like everything he did was dope,
like,
bro. Yeah.
Hey, you think back, so like when you first meet Sokka, he like really kind of like a goof, nigga.
Yeah,
like he really more of a goof, and he really ain't got no. He ain't really
talked
that
shit
action.
and ate food. That's all he did.
He ain't really had no dog in him then though. But I feel like by the end of the series,
the dog was there, but he definitely get his ass whooped.
Oh yeah, after baby girl died at the end of season 1.
You talking about the moon shit?
Yeah. After that, Sokka was like, oh yeah.
That shit happened to him like 3 times. Bro.
Yeah,
all his girlfriends.
Did y'all not see this shit on Netflix? I actually watched the actual. That shit was actually not bad.
We watched it. Oh, you talking about the live action?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you know I don't watch live action shit, but they might have seen it though.
Well, I would say this much: it was a reimagining. So they took the basic gist of the story, but some things went in a little bit different direction. But that being said, it's a cool story though.
I can't with the live action of something that's already animated.
It's already good.
Animation is just too good.
And Avatar is such a like it does have its flaws, but Avatar is such a overall well-written story. Like The Last Airbender is such a well-written story. It's hard for me to watch like the original movie for it. I seen that original movie. I remember being so angry, like sitting in the theater, like, bro, are you fucking kidding?